Hey guys, Dr. Dusa here, MTFUcoach.com. I guess this is a series now. The worst exercises of all time, number 3 on my list, are up rows. Now, as a chiropractor in practice, the number 1 problem I would see was low back pain. Number 2 was neck pain. Number 3 was shoulder. And in the gym, listen, I don't know anybody around my level, age 56, who doesn't have some kind of shoulder problem unless they just sit on a bench their whole life and they don't do anything. The biggest culprit I see, one of the biggest, are up rows with a straight bar. And you know, I've gone over this ad nauseum. Let's just pretend this is a bar with weight. You bring it up, and you bring it up, and you bring it up. And the problem here is your elbows are higher than your hands. That's bad for the shoulder. Why is that? Because you're trying to lift the weight up, obviously, and the weight's pulling the hands down. Well, what happens in the shoulder when you do that? First, talk about a test I used to do as a chiropractor. Somebody would come in, they have shoulder pain. I do an impingement sign test, and it looks like this. It either looks like this, you push down on the hand, and you get some pain right there, or it looks like this, and you push down, you get pain on the hand, in the shoulder. Okay. So again, with the stick, with the bar, okay, you're doing that same maneuver. This is the same position that you're using to hit your traps, hopefully the muscle right up here, and it's the same position I put you in to test for impingement signs. So by doing that exercise, you're kind of replicating the dysfunction that causes the impingement sign. And what are we talking about when you're bringing the weight up and your hand is lower than your shoulder? The humeral head is in such a position, the top of the arm bone, where it compromises the rotator cuff, and it can also compromise the soft tissue structures in the front of the shoulder. They inflame, and when they get bigger by inflammation, there's not a lot of room left in there, and you get impingement, and it's like, ow, you can't do much. What's a better option? Well, I like high pulls, and you could use dumbbells. And what do we got? We got all of a sudden the hands are higher than the shoulders. Much better. We're keeping the joint open. Okay? So that's just something to consider. I do have to say, nowadays, a lot of the guys I know, a lot of the top pros, professional bodybuilders, weightlifters, they don't even work the traps anymore. They're more smitten to hitting the lateral delt to give more of an appearance of width. If you get these really, really high traps, which I don't have, but if you get the real high traps, some of these guys, they go up to their ear. Yeah, that's all good and fine, but it kind of makes you look more narrow. So you got a lot of guys concentrating on, you know, side laterals and things like that now. So in any event, your thoughts, questions, considerations, and statements are appreciated. Put them down below. Give me a thumbs up if you think it's worthwhile. And it's time for me to go to sleep because I'm burning on 2 hours right about now. You have a good night.